Hello, I wanted to do a video about stupid Halloween costumes that piss me off. Um, and it's all those really slutty costumes. Now, last year, I wanted to go as Alice, Undead Alice. I've talked about it before. Now, the dress I got was, back up to this. This ribbon. It has blood on it. It's been washed, so it's kind of faded, but sleeves and then the back. It's just and then you obviously tie these. But this was the least slutty, most to me traditional looking. Now I'm not a super strict about people who like Tim Burton. People got all mad because it wasn't just like the Disney version. I'm not all about that because I've read the book, and the book never really says that her dress. She's a blonde girl with a blue dress, and they never get that specific into character detail, at least about Alice. So I'm not super strict about that, but I wanted to be recognizable, And I wore a white petticoat under it with, I don't know where that's at right now, but I wore a petticoat under it to kind of add a little length, and I wore bloomers and stuff. I had to really tone it down. And then I bound my chest because I wanted, little girl, I don't know. Now, I have this. I got it at Hot Topic. It was on super clearance. I'm like, you know what? I may find a use for it someday. I take advantage of stuff like that. And it's not that bad either. The skirt's longer than the other one. The back was cute. So, I don't know. It's like, might as well it's on super clearance. And this one's not too bad. Some of them aren't that bad. Like, mine, this isn't that bad. I mean, I'm not going to wear it with thigh highs and high heels, but it's not that bad. But, I mean, it was so difficult for me to find an Alice dress that wasn't super skanky. And it was really difficult for me to find a nurse dress. Even more difficult, I think, to find a nurse's dress that wasn't super slutty. I look at it like, why are, I know sex sells, but it's just getting to the point where some of them really just not just annoying but bother me. Wednesday Addams, she's a little girl. She's 7 or 8 in the original series, and then she's a young teen or preteen in the movies. She's a little girl. Why we shouldn't be sexualizing characters like that. Alice is I can't remember. She's 7 or 8 again. She's a young little girl. She shouldn't be sexy. I feel okay. She can be cute and stuff. And obviously there's the newer, Tim Burton version where she's 18 or 19 or something, which is okay. But I've seen the only costume I've seen of that is actually a legitimate, real and of course you can go online and buy cosplay grade, but it was expensive. I didn't want to go out and buy a really, realistic cosplay Alice dress because it would have been expensive, and I wouldn't want to splatter it with blood and get, that stuff on it. But it just, they're little girl, there was Judy Jetson or whatever, the teenager sexualizing. I saw a sexy Morticia Addams costume, but yeah, she's an adult. It still kind of creeped me out. It was her black dress, but it went down to it was really low, and it was creepy. I was actually, when is Morticia Addams one year for Halloween? I just modified an Elvira dress, but it wasn't that super low. It was and it had and I ended up turning it into a Lust dress, a cosplay for Lust, but it just is beyond me. It just seems so unnecessary to make all these outfits so slutty. Leg Avenue, I understand it's really high quality, and they're so expensive. I'm sorry, there's a point where it does go too far. Some of them are cute. I'll admit, I think this is really cute. I think this dress is cute, and I think some of some of them are cute. The dresses aren't too slutty. They're just kind of, sexy, but there are some that are actually really cute, and I think that wearing them on Halloween isn't, to me, they don't look that slutty, but they're barmaids and stuff like that, and I've seen gypsy and fairy ones that aren't that, they're cute, and I think that, and even some Alice ones that were cute and they aren't too slutty, the one I have. It's just I wanted something very recognizable. I wanted something more traditional, less costumey, if you will. Um, but I don't know. My whole thing is a lot of them, they just little girls. I feel like we shouldn't be sexualizing little girls. I know they're just characters, yes, but it's still creepy to me. Like, I'm sorry, a creepy, like Wednesday Addams, it's like a cropped top and like a mini skirt, and I'm like, she's 8, if that. What the hell? And Alice, there's one that's like, looks like pretty much like a bra and tiny mini skirt. I'm like, ugh. And, I mean, and some of them are so expensive. The one I got is like $34, which isn't too bad to me. Like, if for, you get the hat, the little belt thing, the wrist cuffs, the little cape thing, and the whole dress. To me, that's worth 30 something, like 34. But there are some that are like 50, $60. Like, there's one I was thinking about, but it was like $60. I'm like, whoa. There was one. There's some that are like pretty much just lingerie. There's a ladybug one. It was like a bustier, frilly panties, and garter belt stockings. I'm like, okay, really? At least add a tulle skirt or something to, because there are ones, yeah, like they're kind of a bustier top with their skirt to them. And then there's one. It was a devil, and it was a red bustier, like a corset, with garters and panties. It was 60 something. There was one next to it that was cute, actually. It was like a witcher, like a sorceress or something. It was like frilly, and it wasn't too short or anything, actually. I was surprised, but it was cute. And it was like 50, and I'm like, what the hell? Why is this like 60 something? It's like a foot of fabric. 12 inches of fabric for like 60 some dollars. And it's good that it should be high quality. I understand this because sometimes Halloween costumes can be really cheap and shitty, but come on now. I don't know, it just bothers me that it's so hard to find a female costume that's not a little girl, like for a little girl, or just slutty. And it's, I mean, I like making my own costumes. Well, maybe not like, I can't sew, but like, you know, I like forging things. And so on the rare occasion where I do go out and buy a costume, which was like last year and this year, I'm going to modify it. But there are times where, yeah, I'm going to go out and maybe find something. And I don't want to be a whore for Halloween. I don't. I can understand, sure, it being an option if you want to dress sluttier. It's your thing, but not for everyone. And, I mean, I've seen little girl costumes that are kind of borderline that kind of bother me. It's just, I can understand some costumes. Like, God, what was it? There are these Playboy. You know, Playboy has its brand of costumes. They're a lot classier looking than some of the Lake Avenue ones. Some of the Lake Avenue ones and other brands look really trashy. Playboy ones were like legitimately, like, actually kind of, they were sexy, but like classy sexy. You know what I mean? Like, there was a Cupid one, and there was like they have a forest kind of fairy or something at the store we were in. They had just had a couple like that were Playboy brand, and they were like, I'm like, oh, those are kind of cute. Like, they actually were, I don't know, and obviously they weren't like cheap or anything, but they were nice looking. They weren't super whore-tastic. I was like, well done, Playboy, well done. You know, I don't know, Playboy just they win, I guess, this time. You know, it's kind of like if a porn company is going to be making classier costumes, like classier sexy costumes than other brands. That's kind of, I mean, I have respect for Playboy. I mean, I think out of a lot of porn, they're very respectful to their models, and they're very classy, I guess you could say. They're not, you know, I don't know, because my friend made a joke of, if it was Hustler, it would have been like a G-string and pasties. I'm like, that's nice. I don't go out of my way to look at porn, but, you know, I watch stuff like Girls Next Door and things like that, but, you know, I don't know, I have respect for Playboy as a porn company, and I'm getting off track, but really, sexy costumes seem so unnecessary to me, and it's just, again, it's just the point where pedophilia, I don't know, it's just like little girls' characters shouldn't be made sexy, and it's just like a point where, like, come on, sexy Snow White, Do we need sexy Little Red Riding Hood? Now, have seen legitimate Little Red Riding Hood costumes that were, like, okay, but it's... it bothers me. It's kind of like, Cosplay Deviants is, like, they do, like, pin-up, like, sexy cosplay, and they did one of a little girl, and it caused a big blow-up on DeviantArt, like, and they were really, really immature about responding, because people were legitimately saying, accusing them of pedophilia, and they were really blowing it off, so I felt it was very unprofessional, but, you know, yeah, it may just be the model was adult, you know, and everything, but, you know, the person wearing it probably will be an adult, I assume, but it's just interpreting a character that is a little girl, and you're wearing this obviously because you want to be sexy. You're not, you know, obviously, like, I'm not trying to be sexy wearing this, so I tried to, you know, kind of dim it down, but obviously if you're wearing a crop, you know, cleavage filled top and a mini skirt, you know, and you're not trying, you know, you're trying to be sexy, and of course there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're portraying a young character, it's when it goes too far. But yeah. That's the end of that. I'm gonna, hopefully, I went out and got hair dye, so hopefully I'm gonna go touch up my hair. And hopefully Kyle comes back. He did actually end up coming back and talk to me for a while, so, but he just went, and I'm gonna see if he's still online. Yeah, he just hasn't come back yet. Oh well. But that's the end of that. So what are you gonna be for Halloween? Talk to you later.